Hey everybody, welcome to Bearded Baker Banter, the sports podcast that is all about sports. Welcome Trent. Welcome Trey.
Hello, hello. Feels good recording on a Thursday. Let's go.
That's right. I'll tell you what, I like how that's become like our theme song almost.
Oh yeah.
I mean, every time I hear it, I start getting jacked up and ready to go.
Just wait, because once we start doing video soon, I got a whole slew of plans for that theme music. Oh yeah.
A whole slew. Look at him.
Plans. Don't you worry. It's gonna be an actual intro. You just wait. The surprise.
We're gonna hire a musician to make our own intro.
No, we're not hiring anybody. Nope, we got it on lock. We're good. All right. Well, boys, let's get into the action of the sports. We are recording Thursday night, but welcome on this Friday morning if you're listening. We're going to start off with the NFL. I think, Trent, you said you want to get us going here with some NFL discussions. A lot of headlines.
It's not too early anymore to start talking playoff football. So what I'm going to lay out for you right now is through 10 weeks of football, the playoff scenarios by seeds and matchups. Sound good?
Sure.
I love it.
All right, so let's start number one seeds. Number one seeds, we have the Chiefs in the AFC, the Eagles in the NFC. When we look at the wild card round, which don't forget, wild card round, we do have a Monday night game nowadays, right? So
there's three wild cards.
Yeah. So we've got in the AFC, I'll just read off the matchups for the AFC. Ravens right now would be matched up with the Texans in the 2 seed. Jaguars would be matched up with the actual Browns with the 3 and the 6 seed matchup. And then an interesting one here, I think, is the Dolphins-Steelers, the 4-5 seed.
Blows my mind.
I know. I mean, you look at those playoff teams right now, you don't have the Bengals or the Bills, which is that throws you for a loop.
Yeah, we'll get into the discussion about those teams.
Doesn't quite throw me for a loop other than the Bills.
I was going to say they're your Super Bowl pick there, Trey. But let's go NFC 2-7 matchup would be the Lions versus the Vikings.
The Vikings.
No G, just the Vikings.
I think the Vikings is with only one horn.
One horn. I don't see them actually staying there, but they got the Lions in the 7-2 seed matchup in the NFC. This is once again, it's kind of taking us back in this 3 and 6 matchup. Yet again, the Niners and Cowboys.
So Dallas would be a 6 right now.
At this moment, yes.
Jeez. Every year.
Yeah.
Does that make you a little nervous, Tyler?
I would make me nervous.
It makes me as nervous as if it was the Packers instead of the Cowboys. So that's how nervous I am.
That's stupid because Packers suck this year.
I'm just saying it's playoff football. So.
And then you have this matchup, which I can't stand it, but Saints and Seahawks in the 4-5 spot. But yeah, let's go.
How are the Saints even in there?
I don't even know, but
that division sucks.
Yeah,
remember when we start? I think every team started out like 3-0 or something.
And we talked about it. We're like, wow, surprise.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say.
What do they say, Trey?
The cream always rises to the crop top.
That's true. That's very true.
Yes,
Even the Saints go. Teams.
Yep, and the Saints go marching in. So here are the teams in the hunt for AFC. Bengals right now are the first team out, although for our listeners with the current events that are taking place tonight, that might change quickly. 9 seed.
You
next
can elaborate
team
on that Joe Burrow went
yeah,
out of the game.
Yeah, so Joe Burrow it looks like he's having issues throwing the ball. Looks like it's a wrist injury. He went out in the first half not returning. So Colts and then Bills and then yes, the 4th team in the hunt, the Raiders.
How you doing the last 2 weeks?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have their hands full this week with that Dolphins offense.
Sure,
But
why don't you go through the in the hunts in the NFC?
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Washington what are they? Football, Redskin, Commander teams. Then they have the Falcons, and then the cheesy cheeseheads of Wisconsin, right. Green Bay.
That's right. Don't call it a comeback. We're in there.
That just shows you how weak the NFC is.
And
what's the Packers? Yeah.
They have 3 wins.
And they're in the hunt.
In the hunt. Wow.
That's right.
Remember what I said to you guys in the beginning? You guys, as NFC team fans, you guys poo-pooed me. But I told you, NFC's a joke. You got some top-tier teams, but no depth. And right now, though, I can't really say that about. I guess I just think the NFL's ugly. I said it how many weeks ago. I just think it's ugly football right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think I said it to you. Personal statement here. I was an NFL guy through and through. And I think this year, I can finally say that I look forward to Saturday college football days more than I do NFL Sundays now.
Sold.
And
sure.
Do you want to know what pushed it over the edge for me?
The Packers aren't good.
That was kind of
easy.
That was pretty easy.
Sorry.
That's fucked up. Thanks for that. No, that's not it. It's the games, just like we talked about it earlier, but it's the lack of flow in games in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
You get these cool plays, you get these nice screens, like plays that get big chunks of yardage, and all of a sudden flag for illegal touching.
Yep.
5 yards automatic first. It's like, what the heck? Like,
look at the hold tonight that they called on Beckham on Zay Flag. That was a joke.
It was. It took a 68 touchdown away. 68-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like in college, they aren't as likely to throw those flags, and
they let them play a little bit more.
Yeah, and
I will say I hate targeting.
It's more enjoyable. Well, yeah, but that's a whole different monster. But I just feel like looking at these Saturday games starting at 11 a.m. all the way till 10:30 p.m.
Yeah,
you just can't beat it. And a lot of times, a lot of weeks they have like multiple top 25 matchups. So it's just I don't know. It's just a lot of fun.
Well, I also think it's too kind of like the staggered timing. Like you got 12 o'clock, you got 2:30, you got 4:30, you got 7, you got 8:30, you got 9, you got 10:30.
Exactly.
Like,
well, I mean that's a volume thing. Like, yeah, absolutely,
but
agreed. But I'm not disagreeing across the board in terms of college football is definitely the more entertaining football. I mean, it is, and I guess what's weird for me is I usually have trouble following a league if I don't have a team, but kind of makes it somewhat enjoyable because I'm just like a wild card. I just, I look for crazy matchups and I look for a team that I'd like to see win that game, or a team that I honestly, a lot of times I find myself just picking teams that are going against teams that I love to see lose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm pretty much cheering against the majority of the SEC this entire year, except for Missouri.
I would also be interested to see the numbers in terms of United States viewers of people that wake up to watch the 9:30 games that are overseas.
Oh my god!
Because I guarantee they ain't getting any viewership, but they won't talk about that.
Well, not only they're not they're just not good games.
They're terrible games. They're terrible.
Like,
Nobody scores.
To be honest, do you want to know? I'd rather get my couple extra hours of sleep than to be tired throughout the day watching other games because it's not worth it.
No,
to be honest,
it's not. But
well,
so a couple. I mean, Trent, you mentioned a lot of teams. I think the one team that stuck out to me that was very interesting that I'll give you 100% credit for it is the fact that the Detroit Lions are number 2 seed right now in the NFC.
Yes, sir.
The fact that I put down in my notes the Lions keep charging. Pun intended for the Chargers game that they just played against last week. I mean, that was a shootout. Who really would have thought that the Chargers and the Lions was going to be a 41-38 game?
I did.
But I'm saying like it's the Lions are very interesting to me, and
what did I say to you before that game started?
Both teams could score almost 40 points.
30, yeah.
30, yeah. Sorry. I rounded up.
It is very interesting, though. I mean, I have trouble sometimes. Like, I look at them like, oh, it's the Lions. And I don't know if it's just like this mental thing for me, but like, oh, do you pick the Lions? I don't know. It's the Lions. But they've been coming out. They've been putting points up on the board. I think their defense is very good. They're a pretty tough team right now. So
to be fair, the Lions only disappointed me in one game, and that was against the Ravens this year.
Yep.
It was like their first true test besides the Chiefs, who they beat the Chiefs in Kansas City, so that's a test in itself. But when it came down to like them and the Ravens having that big not prime time matchup, but a big time matchup, they pooped the bed. Yeah, like it wasn't even a fun game to watch. Right. Like it was probably the game of the week that week, and it ended up being like wow. Like, yeah, exactly. Yep. So, but other than that, the Lions have lived up to their hype. To be honest with you, and Trent's right. Dan Campbell's got a great culture going on there.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
Well, Trey, are you saying that based on strictly speculation, or?
Yeah. I mean, we're in the second half. They opened the second half with a bang. So
yeah.
I told you, hey, I've been on the train the whole year, preseason. Yeah. You guys were like, "Are you sure?" Because it's the Lions. Yeah. They're real. But hey, can I switch gears here and go to the team that is absolutely a disappointment, which is how about the Bills?
Yeah.
Well,
like, hold on. That's brutal. Like, what the heck? 5-5.
Yeah.
Losing to the Denver Broncos in a primetime game. I mean, you got Josh Allen right now, guys, that is leading the league. Yes, I'm saying that. In most interceptions and fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm glad you brought that up, Trent, because yes, the Bills do not look well. They look like they are going to struggle to make the playoffs. Josh Allen turnover. I mean, that game against the Broncos. The Broncos had the ball to start within the 50-yard line. I think on 7 different drives. So I mean,
turnovers.
that in itself is a crazy statistic. And to be honest, that game should have been way over sooner than what it was, because how do you not capitalize on that many drives starting within the 50-yard line? But regardless, Trent, you brought up Josh Allen's turnovers. He has 11 interceptions, okay? He has the same – so next-gen stats, they can do some pretty crazy stuff. I read a thing today that said he has the same percentage of interceptable passes that C.J. Stroud does. At 4.7% of his throws are considered interceptable. It's just that C.J. Stroud has 2 interceptions. Josh Allen has 11. Tipped passes, deflected passes, missed catches is the reason why Josh Allen has 11 interceptions.
So you're not blaming Josh Allen. You're blaming receivers.
I just think he's unlucky. I think it's an unlucky year.
Okay, so here's
the ball is not going his way.
So here's another thing though to look at too is you fire your offensive coordinator, okay?
Which they need to.
Hold on. You fire your offensive coordinator, okay, because your team is turning the ball over, but yet you run a cover 0, all-out blitz on 3rd and 5, when Russell Wilson, all he does is throw the ball in the air because, again, going back to referees, it's going to be a penalty. You run an all-out cover 0 blitz with no help over top, and you get that flag to literally ultimately let the Broncos go down and win after you somehow randomly have 12 men on the field as well. Like, I just think the whole thing sucked. And I don't think that Ken Dorsey was the guy to blame to say, well, we're going to fire you, because if anybody wonders, well, who is your defensive coordinator? Anybody know that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, who is it, Trent?
The head coach.
Yeah, exactly. So he needed a scapegoat.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man.
And that's why the thing sucked.
Don't you forget, though, I mentioned this early in the year when I said that McDermott was going to get fired. One of the key issues was going to be the fact that their D coordinator, Leslie, stepped down from football.
Yep. Very.
It was kind of shady.
I didn't know McDermott was the D coordinator. That makes it a little bit more.
That's what I'm saying. It's a shitty situation.
A little bit more to the story then, because I mean, if they win that game, he doesn't get fired, right?
Exactly.
So, and when it all comes down to it, he's not the. I mean, you could blame him for not winning the game, but the ultimate reason is the defense and the special teams.
Yeah.
But
yep.
That sucks.
Yep.
That's crappy.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We'll get into a couple upcoming games here with picks, but Trent, go ahead.
No, I mean, right now, guys, you look at this point, it's like how laughable people are saying about the Jets to some degree of like how awful they are to watch. The Bills are tied with them.
Yeah. Oh,
5
yeah.
and 5.
I totally
So it's
agree.
like,
Can I say something?
This couldn't have been a better year for me to pick the Dolphins to win that division.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm still confident in the Bills making the Super Bowl.
Okay, I'll beer bet you that.
Yeah, I'll beer bet that
not
too.
I'm not beer betting. No,
You better pay up this weekend. You better pay up this weekend.
I'm standing by my preseason pick. That's all I'm saying.
Well, add Michigan, Penn State go for you. Anyway,
we'll get into that.
That was a beer bet. That's all. That's the only reason I brought it up. I wasn't trying to bully it.
That is true. It was.
Have some pride in your state, Trent.
Yeah, I know. Go with Lamar. Go score a touchdown.
I do want to. I do want to bring up. I mean, obviously, big story is Deshaun Watson's being out for the rest of the season here. But, do you guys think the Browns are they done?
Yes.
Or do you think that you really think Deshaun Watson has that much of an X factor?
Tyler, that's like, it's just not realistic. I don't know. Like they're not a threat. Is what I'm saying. So, like, as soon as you get against the team now, don't get me wrong, they just came back and beat the best defense in the NFL with the Ravens. But it's like, I'm sorry, but they're done. Like, they're not a threat offensively.
I disagree.
I don't see them. Okay, they're not a Super Bowl threat. Could they sneak into the playoffs? Yeah, because right now with the Bengals not potentially having Joe Burrow and with the Bills being, to quote Trey, the most unluckiest team in the NFL. Like,
I didn't say they're the most unluckiest team.
He said
Josh Allen has been unlucky with his interception count.
But what I'm saying is I feel like Dorian Thompson-Robinson actually could be more of an X factor than a Deshaun Watson could be. And you still have your great defense.
Man, not immediately.
Not immediately. I'm not saying that, but I mean, and again, it's preseason. I get it, but he did all right in preseason.
Right.
All right, but I mean, you look at what the Browns did. The Browns had 2 big wins with Walker as their quarterback.
Yeah, well, and Tyler, that's what I was going to say is I don't think they're done at all because they've already proven to win without Deshaun Watson.
Right.
Because they have an elite defense.
Yes.
And to be honest, that's all you need in the NFL.
Yeah.
Look at. I mean, I always refer to this back in. I mean, defense. It's a cliche, but is what wins championships.
Yeah.
And a prime example of that is the Seattle Seahawks against the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was like that was one of the worst Super Bowls ever to watch. And to be honest, I was surprised by it because Peyton Manning and that offense were on another level that year.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, granted, were on another level defensively, but they embarrassed them in the Super Bowl.
That was when Peyton Manning had the safety first snap.
Oh,
that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was the worst thing ever, and it was seriously probably the worst I've ever witnessed. The worst Super Bowl, but and I always reference that when it comes to defenses and offenses in the NFL.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the Browns' defense is right up there with that Seahawks defense, and if you got a quarterback that can just manage a game, a Matt Hasselbeck, Trent Dilfer, or a Brad Johnson, like you could win games and you can make it pretty far.
And I go back to this. They paid an unreasonable amount of money for a guy in Deshaun Watson, right?
Yes.
You could have this defense, and you could have Baker Mayfield as your quarterback still.
It's.
You know what I'm saying, though? I mean, like, Baker Mayfield was a decent quarterback. He took him to the playoffs for the first time in years.
Tyler, you'd have more than that. Because look what the Texans are doing with all the draft capital they got for giving up Deshaun Watson. Because they have C.J. Stroud, they have Will Anderson, they have Tank Dell.
Yep.
You know, they've got all these young and up and coming. I mean, they're actually legit right now.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest with you, C.J. Stroud, not only offensive rookie of the year, but he's putting up MVP talk right now.
Don't go there.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Well,
Tyler, there's 2 quarterbacks that have a 4-to-1 ratio for touchdown passes and interceptions. C.J. Stroud's one of them. The other one?
Patrick Mahomes.
Russell Wilson.
Ew.
Oh, boy.
How about
that's not a good stat to back your argument.
That's not a stat. That's a person who's putting up that stat.
Ugh, I don't like that.
It's a stat.
Yeah.
But me saying Russell Wilson does not back up my stat. That's
Exactly.
not the purpose.
No, I know.
That's not the purpose of it.
Russell Wilson never won
has
an MVP.
He's got the fourth most touchdown passes right now in the NFL.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like he's got more than Patrick Mahomes. He's got more than Jalen Hurts. He's got more than Dak Prescott. He's got more than Brock Purdy. So you sit there and you want to spin it however you want. The guy is not playing awful football right now. Yeah. It's not him. He's not the reason that they're not, winning games. Although they are 5-5 now, 4-5. So it's like you got to at least respect that. Okay, maybe Sean Payton's not going to move on from him, like you were saying, Ty.
Yeah. So before we move on too far, I want to make another comment or observation about the Browns and this Deshaun Watson situation. So
I hate the Browns. Why are we talking about the Browns?
No,
sorry, guys.
What I want to say is the Browns kind of did. They were the first ones really to experiment with this fully guaranteed contract, right? Because when you think about it, that's a big commitment for a franchise to make. Yeah. And it's really never been done before. And they could have picked and gotten their guy. And granted, they thought it was Deshaun Watson, right? What a failed experiment that was. And teams franchises will never do it again.
No, I know.
Because of what's happened with Deshaun Watson. He's no matter what, making $240 million? Is that what it was?
230.
Okay. Either way. And he's played how many games since signing that contract?
Yeah, not many.
6?
Yeah.
But if that, and granted, I mean, credit to the Browns for making that decision, making a bold franchise decision, getting their guy. But man, they're gonna live and learn, and I feel bad for their fans because man, Deshaun Watson just kind of ruined them, and I think he's gonna continue to do it. To be honest.
Oh yeah, he massaged them for every last penny there is.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
big upcoming game of the week is obviously going to be the Eagles Chiefs this week. But can I tell you guys how uninterested I am going to be in watching that game? I may just watch the highlights because of all the bullshit that's going to be surrounding it. You guys know what I'm talking about.
The Chiefs Eagles.
Yeah, Trent, you know what it's about.
I'm just wondering.
Tyler, elaborate, please.
What you know what it's about, Trent? You know what it is.
What is it, Ty?
No. Not even going to mention it.
I don't know about you. Oh, okay. I won't finish that, but I have no clue. Sorry. Had to get that.
It's terrible.
The main thing I'm wondering about that game is which team is going to get the bullshit penalty calls.
Yeah, totally.
I think Eagles win it.
I think the Eagles win it, too, and I think
Chiefs win it.
Beer bet.
Okay, deal.
I'll beer bet it.
Okay, slap that hand. Let's go.
Yep.
So I get 2 beers if I win, right?
Right, just like you owe me and Trent 2 beers for Michigan, Penn State.
I owe you each 1 beer.
That's what I'm saying. So you owe 2 beers total.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, this would be 2 beers total.
All right, let's stop bringing in Michigan in.
I will just say this: I did pay up on my beer bet to you, Ty. I have not been paid by you for any beer bets in a long time.
Oh, wow.
There were so many in the past. Trey, I will validate. Trey actually brought an actual 12-pack of Perpetual and said, "Here you go," because you beat my ass so many times. Exact quote from Trey.
Yeah, I don't think I owe you a 12-pack.
No,
I owed Trent a 12-pack.
I know you did.
Yeah, he did.
So whatever.
Yeah, it's all right.
But
all right, let's keep going here. We want to go picks.
Yeah, let's get picks quick.
Let's do our best bets.
I hate the NFL board this week. I'll just clarify that. Hate it.
You want to start us off, Trent? Trey? Which one? Which one are you guys?
I have 3. I have 3
bunch.
picks. Go ahead, Ty. Rattle them off.
I'll rattle mine off here real quick. So, I'm going Browns money line against the Steelers minus 118. I got Rams as a dog. Rams money line against the Seahawks this week minus 105. Surprise! Just wait. I'm going Jets plus 7 against the Bills. I'm going Bills and Jets under 40, minus 115. I got Titans Jags under 40.5 minus 115, and I'm going over 41.5 for Niners Bucks minus 108. I do have a B teaser, but I'll save that until we're done.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot.
Well,
It's I know I'm all over the place, and I know some of the picks is like what the heck, but it's got some inklings.
They are spicy.
Yeah.
They are spicy. Well, worse than never mind. That's not a B teaser. It's a spicy B teaser.
Whoa.
I mean, all right, here we
It's
go.
like getting hot wings on a Saturday.
I'm gonna go my picks right now, and I know you guys are gonna be like, "What? Well, that's crazy." Lions minus 7.5 versus the Bears.
I wish it was 7.
Yeah, I do
I wish
too.
it was 7. I hate 7.5, but I do think they'll win.
Yeah, Texans minus 5 versus the Cards. First game back, Kyler Murray looked good, but you're going to put him against a defensive coach that knows how to play against him. With D'Amico Ryans coming from the Niners, now head coach of the Texans. And then I'm just going to take a straight up, because I struggle sometimes to pick teams to cover the spread on the road, especially as favorites on the road. But I like Chargers money line at Green Bay.
Dude, every week.
Every
sorry. Week. He picks it every week, Trey.
That leads me into my picks.
Take the Dolphins minus 1,000 versus the Raiders. Go for it. I know.
I'm going to take the Dolphins minus 13.5 against the Raiders.
You really like that many points?
I do like that many points. I think the Dolphins win by like 27 points, but and that's not because you picked the Chargers, Trent. Because I'm actually taking the Chargers minus 3. I do think that they smack the Packers around. I don't know why the Packers are ever within a 6-point spread.
I'm trying to figure that out, especially against a team like with that offense when the Packers fail to score. Period.
I truly think it's a sportsbook fan thing, because I'm sure a lot of people bet on the Packers every week, right? Like there's a ton of Packers fans. You keep it close, whatever. But I think books make a lot of money off of Packers fans, including myself. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers minus 3 in addition to my Dolphins pick. Trent, I'm with you. I'm taking the Lions with the points minus 7 or 7.5, whatever it is. But I'm gonna fade both of you here. I'm gonna take the Cardinals plus 5. And I'm going to take the Seahawks minus 1.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, the Seahawks is the easy pick. I just think there's going to be a little upset.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. I will say this, that, Trent, I do have the Raiders-Dolphins circled as a game. And I'm also looking at the Dallas game, too, because this is going to sound terrible, but I have a feeling that either Dak Prescott or Tua this week may not finish the game.
Oh, jeez,
I don't know.
Whoa!
I'm just telling you.
Whoa! Man. That is brutal.
Have you seen something? Have you
No.
Did you have a vision?
No. Or? Kind of a gut feeling.
Oh man, that sucks.
And honestly, in pick'ems and stuff, I stayed away from both those teams because of that feeling.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, I wonder who you got.
Yeah. Crap.
Hope it finally comes back to bite you. No, you know what? You probably got the Chargers.
Did he forget?
Yeah,
dude, he's forgotten like 3 times now.
And he's won
every time.
Every single time.
Wow. Good for you.
All right, real quick V teaser here. It's only a 3-point teaser. With 3 teams. So I didn't do a big teaser here.
It's not even fun.
This is actually my first teaser on ESPN Bet. Shout out ESPN Bet. Okay.
Yeah, that's like literally.
That's like a graze.
like a pinky graze.
Yeah, it's not even.
It's like a little smudge.
Smudge.
It's like oops, I bumped it.
Smudge. All right, so my smudge tease is +3. What? All of a sudden, I repeat what you guys just say, and now it becomes gross.
Didn't realize how gross it sounded
Wow,
until you
you're
said it.
welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, go ahead.
So like I said, I took it on ESPN Bet. So the Titans Jacksonville Jaguars was at 39.5 on there. So that goes to 42.5. I took the Lions minus 7.5, which goes to 4.5. And then I took the Vikings plus 2.5, and that goes to plus 5.5. To give you a plus 288 odd, three leg BTs. Nice little smudgy.
little smudgy. I'm taking a little venture here to the 5-leg land
Ooh,
for my
Trent's going
tees.
Grundle area.
Whoa.
Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, I have ready. This is a 6.5 point teaser. I got Raiders plus 19, Chargers plus 3.5, Jets plus 13.5, Vikings plus 9, and Eagles plus 9.
Wow.
That comes out to be plus 290.
That's pretty good. What'd you say? A 5-legger?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hold on. So they have the Eagles as dogs.
Yeah, Eagles are 2.5 point dogs.
Interesting. I that baffles me.
I think it's just home field advantage.
I guess. I mean, that's the only thing it's got to be.
And all the Swifties.
Stop it, Trent. Just stop it.
I want Jason Kelsey to get that win.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to hear my teaser?
Tease us.
Isn't it weird though that all three of us cheered for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl kind of?
That was a gambling thing though.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right.
That's all it was.
That's true.
All right. So I got a 6.5 point tease here for plus 230 odds. It's a 4-legger, so no thumb involved. But I got Arizona Cardinals plus 11.5. I got the Seattle Seahawks plus 5.5. I got the Minnesota Vikings plus 8.5, and I got the Los Angeles Chargers plus 3.5.
All right. It's not bad. I honestly think that I'll tell you what, real quick, and this is completely a side note, but I'm very impressed that Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
He's gonna be the next big backup quarterback.
Yeah, and it sucks that he's gonna be a backup. You know what I mean? Because he's finally getting a shot, and I think I think the Cardinals were like, oh, I don't know, but
I think the Cardinals knew Kyler Murray was coming back, and they were going to get some capital for him. I think it was a smart.
I
totally
agree.
Agree.
Well, yeah, especially I agree with that. You're right.
Because he's not their quarterback, and Kyler Murray is, so get something out of him, right?
Yeah, no, I know, I agree. I mean, they're sold on Tyler, so
I can't believe the Jets didn't pull the gun on. I mean, hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that would have been a great pickup for the Jets there to at least salvage their season for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
Let's get to our favorite of the two football leagues. Let's go college.
All right. So
I want to start out.
Oh, okay, fine.
Game day this week is in
JMU.
Yep, JMU, and you know what? I'm pissed off, guys.
Well, can I give a shout out?
Screw the NCAA
that's
for
what my
not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Screw the NCAA for not approving of the appeal and saying let's put JMU. Let's make them bowl eligible.
So right? They turned down the appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They shut them down.
So ridiculous.
Yep. Them Jacksonville State.
Yep.
And I forget the third team. But they turned them down for the appeal. Now, I granted,
there was no reason either, was there?
No, it's just like people know it's a rule. It's because one of the worst things you could say in any profession is, well, it's because we always did it that way, right?
Yep.
And that's what the NCAA is saying.
Yeah.
We always did it that way. So you jump
Crazy.
on board with letting guys go wherever they want.
Yeah.
You start paying these athletes, but you're not going to sit there and make revenue by letting an undefeated team be bowl eligible. Like, it's just
or give
frustrating.
Reggie Bush his friggin' Heisman back, which is
True.
also bullshit. Like,
true statement.
You know what I mean? Like, that stuff pisses me off. That's why the NCAA will, I think, Trey, you said it, will be debunked in a couple years.
Yeah.
Which
it's already starting. It's already starting.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But yeah, that's what I want to start with. I was pretty pissed about that.
Yeah.
Even Jacksonville State, like, what the hell? Like, Rich Rodriguez has that team, like, they're looking good down there.
Dude,
yep. And they're gonna. You feel for the kids. It's the kids that you feel worse for, right? Because those seniors sit there and do that and run through these leagues with Division I teams that can go bowl playing. Now, I will say this. Can I clarify something? There is, from what I've heard, an outside chance of them being able to play. Both teams.
How do you get an outside chance?
So the outside chance is if there is potentially not enough teams above 500 to be bowl eligible, they could go to them and say, hey, you can come play in a bowl game.
And you know what I would say if I'm JMU? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I would say that because...
the first team they're going to go to...
That's such a cop-out.
The first team they're going to go to is Colorado. Because Colorado might not be bowl eligible. So...
What are they at? Four wins?
They're at 4-6, and they got some tough games coming up.
Why would they go to Colorado if they're not bowl eligible?
Because I'm saying if there's not enough 500 teams, they would go to Colorado before JMU and Jacksonville State. Because of
excitement?
Yeah, because of Dion.
So
I mean,
dumb.
the NCAA wants their money, man. They want money, so they're going to go to.
So wait, they can pick and choose what teams they.
I believe
not 500.
Only when there's not enough 500 teams.
That's stupid. Yeah, NCAA can suck it.
Yeah, that's insane. I hate that crap.
I still can't get over that they denied their appeal.
Yeah.
Why punish a team for doing something extraordinary?
Because they've always done it that way.
Yep.
Right?
That's exactly what it is.
It's just the rule in place. That's what they're looking at.
Yep.
Yep. Quite frankly, I'm pretty sure JMU might be the highest ranked non-Power 5 team, so they would have actually gotten a New Year's Six game if they finished undefeated. Yeah, that's what I mean. So the team that's going to get it is pronunciation Tulane or Tulane.
No, it's not Tulane.
Okay, so that team.
Nobody in the world calls it that.
I call them Tulane.
That is.
Oh, that's
where
wrong.
like. Where'd you hear that?
You say it again?
Tulane.
Okay.
Yeah, just like it's spelled.
Not a single lane. You got Tulane.
Oh, thank you. That's going to help me actually. It's like hula hands, right, Ty?
So switching gears a little bit from the smaller D football school there.
Where are you switching to, Trey?
To the bigger schools.
I thought you said the smaller D. Yeah,
I was gonna say D2, but they're not D2. But how about how completely wrong I was on this Ole Miss game, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a little
huge egg.
Wait, man, I could have been colder.
Yeah,
Trey, it was abysmal.
Yeah,
it was quite abysmal.
I was actually very surprised that it was that bad.
I was too, because I'll tell you what, Georgia looked like the old Georgia that they are supposed to look like.
Yep, and I feel like they do that against big teams, like in big games.
Exactly, and that's what I was just going to say, Tyler, is to start the year against all these little schools that weren't a threat to them at all. It was close games, like 30, 20-point games, where the spread's like over 35.5 points or whatever it is. And they didn't cover. The under hit every game. They weren't covering spreads. And then all of a sudden they start to get actually into like the thick of their schedule.
Right.
Their first like couple big games, and they absolutely annihilate Ole Miss. Like, what is it, 35 point game. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and props to Georgia because you live up, you play who you play, I guess. And
I mean, I think that's why they moved him back to 1.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, because
No.
it's going to be Trent. I mean, how can you say no?
No.
The 2-time defending champs, and now they're beating teams.
I'm not saying I disagree with them being number 1. I'm saying it's not why. What the playoff system does is they set it up. They set it up by putting Georgia to number 1. Is now what they did is not going to try to be long-winded with this. Is so now when Georgia and Bama play in that championship game, they could bring Bama into the playoff and not boot Georgia out of the playoff because they would drop the furthest.
Yeah.
Whereas yes, the loser between Michigan and Ohio State is absolutely going to be knocked out of the playoff.
Yeah.
So now all you did was you set it up now for in case Bama wins, we could get Georgia and Bama in the playoff.
Right.
So that's what they did.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it every damn year.
I hate that you're right.
You are right. That's a very good point. I didn't even think of that.
I hate that.
Can I tell you what really pisses me off? Can I tell you what really pisses me off is the fact that and again, I feel like I'm like Washington's biggest fan, but it pisses me off that they keep Washington at 5 and Florida State at 4, even though the Pac-12 is so much better football and Washington has so many more quality wins than Florida State. And they just keep them at 5. They just keep it.
So let me ask. It's Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then where's Bama and Texas at?
So
6
right now
and 7?
it's Washington's 5 and Oregon's 6 still.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So they are setting
And then what
it
is
up,
it? 7, 8 is Alabama, Texas.
I think that's what it is.
I'm sorry, but even if Alabama beats Georgia,
I will say this though, they do look like they found their groove.
no.
Alabama?
It doesn't matter. You lost at home to Texas.
But
You don't win that head-to-head matchup. You don't win it.
I don't know.
I still put Texas over Bama.
I would too, but I don't think.
But they're not going to do that with the Big 12 versus an SEC team.
Why not?
They never have. The Big 12 has no power
But they
over.
beat them head-to-head, Tyler. They can't lose
I'm not
that thing.
disagreeing with you. Who has a tougher schedule though? Would you say Texas has a tougher schedule, or do you think Alabama does?
I'd have to look at them.
I would personally say Alabama does.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing there.
But you lost at home to Texas.
I understand.
To the team that you were fighting for the last spot for. You say, hey, how do their resumes match up? Well, I wish they played each other. Oh, wait, they did?
Yeah.
And who was the home team? Alabama? Oh, and they lost. Like,
I don't know if Texas is the same though. They almost lost to TCU. They barely snuck by 3 points.
So, you know what almost only counts?
I know. But I do think if Alabama
almost pooping your pants. I don't know what.
Horse shooting hand grenades.
I know. I was just being.
No, but I do think. I don't know. I'll be interested to see what Texas does on the way out. But I don't know. If Alabama beats Georgia, they're totally in. Trent's 100% right with what they just did.
I still don't think that's right though.
I would almost argue that they would probably, if Alabama beat Georgia, I would almost argue that they would have them jump Washington if Washington was undefeated.
No way.
Yes.
Not a chance.
Guarantee it.
Tyler,
I guarantee it.
So Washington beats Oregon, and you still think, no way.
Yep.
If they beat Oregon twice, there's not a chance.
I'm just telling you.
I agree with Trey there. Is if Oregon beats Washington twice,
there's no way.
I'm sorry. If Washington beats Oregon twice, there's nobody that can jump Washington.
And you know what? If they did, then that's them saying, well, the Pac-12 is not going to be around anyway. Fuck them.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Well,
And that-
guys,
And I
you
feel like
know
that's
what,
why
though?
they're keeping 5 and 6 at bay right now.
No, that would be too obvious. That would be way
Let-
too obvious. Tyler.
let's not forget the last time Washington made the playoff. They got murdered.
Well,
They got murdered. I'm just saying that they are holding that
When was
against
that,
them.
Trent?
I'm telling you. Stat guys got to look at that.
So
they'll get back to us pretty
pre-Penix.
soon.
Yeah, it was pre-Penix.
Okay,
yeah.
so there you go. Pre-Penix. Now you got
I
big
think it
Penix
was-
energy.
I think
Penix
it was the
energy trumps all.
I'm just saying that it happened. It did happen.
Right, but I'm saying you didn't have a quarterback that's incredible like a Michael Penix. You didn't have, what is it, a Dunze? I can't say his last
Brown.
name. Which, Trey, I will say this, that I saw a mock draft this week. They had the Packers taking him
I did see
in the
that
first
too.
round, dude. That would be huge for your Packers. Dude,
Oh, yeah.
that guy is a beast. He catches
he's a stud.
he catches everything.
Yeah, Tyler, 2016.
Yeah, way pre-Penix. That was Tiny Penix.
I think it was. I think it was Jake Browning. He was the quarterback, right?
The Bengals guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that's playing tonight.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah, so
They had a couple of guys there.
what a tangled web we weave.
I do have a fork award.
What?
Let's stick a
does that
fork in
mean?
them. They're done. USC. USC's done.
So
Done.
where'd this award go?
Fork award.
Tyler, no shit, man. They're past done.
Dude, but
That's
I'm
a
telling
that's
you.
a pretty safe fork award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's forked.
I have a fork award.
Give me your fork award.
Penn fucking State.
Whoa.
Oh,
I don't give a shit.
jeez.
I don't give a hell.
Oh, give a hell.
Feisty, Ty. Feisty.
I'm feisty now because it is so pathetic. I don't know how you can have that such opposite sides of skill on the ball, or opposite like performances on either side of the ball. The defense is
Can I tell you what angers me the most about it? I think they should take away James Franklin's posting ability on X, and don't let him put anything out there.
I'm glad I don't follow him
Why?
at all.
I don't either, but it comes up as recommended things, and it angers me every single time because every time they lose a big ass game like they do, it's that Monday. Hey, 1-0, Rutgers. That's all we're focused on is 1-0 this week. Go back after this, go get a win here, Like, and I get it. I know what he's doing, but it is annoying as shit. You need
annoying as shit.
What? Losing like that?
Not ever beating a top 10 team ever.
And since he's been there, I feel like every pre-ranking, they've been in the top 10.
Well, wait, he does
And
have a
rightfully
win.
so, Tyler. They should, because that defense is elite. Like you're holding Michigan and you're holding Ohio State to under 30 points. You have to do something.
So who becomes their offensive coordinator?
Hopefully they bring back the guy that was there when Saquon and what's his face was there.
You really think Moorhead's going to leave Akron and go back?
I saw he's a top 5 candidate.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Well, yeah, that's probably Penn State, like, guy sitting in his dorm at State College saying that,
Oh, okay.
That hasn't been a real. I mean, the guy's a head coach. I mean, I know he's a head coach.
Well, and I think Adam Brenneman brought it up too on his podcast.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone's
I know he's a Penn
asking
State guy,
for
but
it,
still.
but I'd be interested to see if you get Joe Brady there, though. Guy that's now taking over for the Bills.
Bring us Josh McDaniels. Man.
Hey, maybe you'll get Jimbo Fisher.
Like, give us Josh McDaniels.
God, you guys are nuts. All right, let's go.
I'd take him.
Let's
What,
keep going here.
McDaniels?
Can I?
Yeah, I'd take McDaniels.
Now you'll get
You're
Jimbo
nuts. You are nuts. Hey, how about this, guys?
Fisher. Or
The
hey,
team
hold on,
that-
real quick. One other thing. What about Chip Kelly?
No, he's good where he's at.
No, he's
At
not.
UCLA,
He's
right?
getting fired.
No, he's getting fired after this week.
He's getting
They
fired.
lose.
Why?
I have no idea. It was so random. I saw it the other day though. They said Chip Kelly out after this week.
I'll take Chip Kelly. Damn.
But Zach Arnett too, out of Mississippi State.
I bet the Eagles would take him.
Yeah.
But how about speaking of Chip Kelly, number one team that is bet to win the national championship right now? Not UCLA.
Oregon.
There you go.
Oregon.
Yes,
Really?
Oregon.
Really?
Number one. Yeah, most public money going towards
I love
Oregon.
that. I like that a lot, actually.
Hate it.
Plus 800. That's probably why, because you can still get good juice on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hate it.
So, put a $5 wager there on there.
What's
just
Florida
for fun.
State?
I'd have to look at their odds. But that was something that caught my eye the other day to see that they are the number one bet on team.
I will
what do
say
you guys?
that. Go ahead.
What I was going to say, you guys want to start talking about lines this week? Because I think NCAA lines are much better, or at least there's some fishy ones. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but
Can I say something real quick
I was
before
gonna
we
say,
move on?
I have
to
one
these
other
lines?
thing too before picks, but go ahead, Trey.
If you want to bet on a future playoff winner or future national championship or champion, do you know what the smart thing to do is?
what?
Put an equal amount on Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah,
Because one of those teams is guaranteed to make the playoff, right? And
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I think either one of them has a good chance to win the whole thing if it comes down to it. They can
Yeah.
each beat Florida State, and I think each of them can beat Georgia as well.
That'd be
Whoa.
quite a Hardball story.
Well,
You don't
I'm
coach
just
against
saying,
Penn
like,
State
if
or
you wanna
Ohio
talk-
State and you win
if
a
you want to
national
talk about smart betting, and you have the funds to do it, put a good amount on Michigan and Ohio State to win it all.
I think if Michigan wins it this year, I say he's gone.
Absolutely.
I mean he might be gone regardless.
He's gone before sanctions are put on him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think he goes to the Raiders.
I can see that.
Love it. I'll rattle you guys off the odds right now. Michigan is this is via FanDuel. Michigan is the favorite at plus 220.
Okay.
Georgia at plus 250. Get this. Bama plus 750. Third
Is
best
the
odds.
next? Oh my
I'm
god!
telling you guys.
Ohio State plus 800. Florida State is plus 900. Oregon plus 900. This to me is super disrespectful. I guess they're thinking they're going to lose this week. But Washington plus 1,300.
Jeez, why is that? Are
I don't
they
know.
playing Utah?
No. They're playing Oregon State.
Hey guys, you could put a little bet on Iowa at plus 100,000.
Wow. Anybody want to bet on Oregon
Nuts.
State so I can beer bet you?
Hold on, I don't understand.
No.
I don't understand that.
What, the Oregon State thing?
Something's fishy.
Yeah. Why is Oregon State the team that's going to beat Alabama? What
Wait,
about it?
Wait, what do you mean Oregon State is going to beat Alabama?
Not
Or,
Alabama,
I'm sorry, I meant Washington. Like that just doesn't make sense to me. They're 8-2. They have losses to Washington State and Arizona. They're beating teams like California by 12 points. They're beating Utah by I don't know. I just don't.
No.
If there's a team that was going to be Washington, I think it's Oregon or USC.
Right.
Not Oregon State. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Oregon State has Washington and then Oregon back to back.
I saw that.
So they could be quite the sport.
I will say
That would be quite the story.
Can I tell you what would fuck up everything?
What's that?
If Tennessee would somehow happen to win this week.
Beat Georgia.
Yep.
Well, you know what?
Boy, would that screw so much up.
That might be why Bama is so high in the odds.
Yeah, but dude,
It's because Tennessee.
No.
Trent, what are you smiling about over there? Why are you so cheesy?
I saw a picture. I was just laughing.
Okay.
that was sent to our group chat. Relax.
But no, I think Tennessee plays spoiler this week, and if they can actually somehow magically do it, I think you got a real messed up situation on your hands.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I really hope that could happen. More of a messed up situation on your hands than a bee teaser.
Yeah, a four-finger bee teaser.
Whoa. That is so vulgar.
All right.
It's messed up.
Well,
all right, let's go. Let's
get
Lions.
some picks going, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody want to start?
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead. I got 4 picks and a bee teaser.
All right.
I don't got a teaser.
Oh yeah, I don't have a teaser either. I have 4 picks overall, but you want me to rattle all of them?
Yeah, just hit them off.
All right, I got Louisville +1 at Miami. Iowa money line versus Illinois. Utah over 20.5 or over 21.5 team total.
I like that.
You could get 20.5 for -160, which is it's not great juice, but it's good enough for me.
They need that win against Arizona.
Yeah, and then I do like USC -6.5 versus UCLA. They are at home, so those are the
what
4.
Are you gonna learn, Trent?
What?
Those are the
Trent, but what about the one that you were talking about earlier today? Didn't you say you were throwing your $50 free bet on?
my $50 free bet on
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you tried to persuade me away from it
I'm
when
just
I
asking you. I thought you said you were like, "Oh, I'm definitely doing this."
I think I am. I mean, I still am. So those were the ones that I had liked that I feel like, okay, I could bet these. Then I have some big lines that to me, I consider a little fishy. Washington being a dog at Oregon State to me is fishy. It makes me, I know we say there's no such things as trap lines, but
we don't say that. We say
sometimes.
there are trap lines.
Yeah.
No, there is absolutely such a thing.
We have never said that, Trent.
Okay.
Ever.
You're thinking of Greg Peterson. Greg Peterson says
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I know
There's
some
trap lines
people
all the
believe
time.
that there's no such thing as that, but there's totally traps. I honestly think, Trey, you mentioned one in the NFL earlier was the Lions being such big or being like 3.5 point dogs to the Ravens. That to me was a trap. But I got Washington +1.5 at Oregon State. UNC +7. Yeah, what do you have?
2.5.
Okay, so +2.5 at Oregon State, but
-108
UNC +7.5 at Clemson.
Yeah. What
and
the hell is
then
going on there?
Well, everyone's buying stock now. That's what Dabo Sweeney said. But Georgia, I think Georgia just destroys Tennessee.
That's fair.
And they're -10.5 at Tennessee. I think they destroy them. I'm sorry, Ty.
-10.5, really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like Joe Milton's not going to know what to do.
Yeah, Kirby will throw all sorts of blitzes at him.
Dude, we didn't address that about how does Georgia look like kind of mediocre against the so-so teams, and then whenever they play a big team, they just come out and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Give Kirby Smart credit. If you ever listen to the guy speak to his team in the locker room, pregame, at halftime, I mean, I'm ready to freaking run through a wall. Give the guy credit.
Yeah.
So he knows how to get the best out of his guys down there.
He's a defensive genius.
Yeah. I think he's a motivational genius too.
Yeah.
Just for both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right.
so those are my picks there. Louisville, I saw you shake your head, Ty, but Iowa money line. I know Iowa just lost one of their best prospects for the year. Utah team total, USC -6.5 versus UCLA. And Trey, if you want to beer bet me on that USC game, please do.
USC, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take USC -6.5.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Are you guys ready for my picks?
Hold on, real quick. Who they play, Trent?
Who?
USC.
UCLA.
You'd give me UCLA +6.5.
Yeah, I'll give you UCLA +6.5.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, deal.
Beer bet.
All right.
So you in on this or no?
No, I'm good. I'm going to pass on that.
All right. Trent, if I see 7, can I have 7?
Nope.
All right. asshole. Trey, go ahead.
Yeah, so this week you might call me Australian because I'm going Andes.
Whoa.
Whoa, look at you.
That's right.
Well, good night, mate.
Yeah. Trey's a big fan of going down. Under.
Whoa,
Absolutely, baby.
Anyway. Baby.
Not you.
No, it was weird, though. Absolutely, baby.
This got very weird.
Anyway, first under that I'm going with is under 46.5 points, and that is Utah, Arizona.
Okay.
Under.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, under that.
Nah, that's over.
No.
Go ahead.
Second under for me is, let me find it. Where is it? Gosh. Florida, Missouri, under 57.5.
So, real quick, Missouri or Missouri?
I say Missouri.
Trent?
Okay, ready. Just say, I'm going to pick Missouri.
Yeah. Oh, he's an Ori. I'm an Uri.
Yeah, no, and I'm an Ori too because Corey and I had this big discussion about that the other day. She says the same way as you, Trey, and I was like, no.
It is. I think it is Missouri.
No.
All right, keep going, Trey. Go with your picks there.
Next one is Nebraska, Wisconsin, under 36.5.
Ooh.
And the last one is Illinois, Iowa, under 31.5.
Yep. That's a pick right there.
I do want to throw in a non-under.
Okay.
And that is Miami moneyline trend.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. Tyler's going to team up on me on that too, I think.
Well, I got Michigan minus 19 versus Maryland. I'm usually all about Maryland, but I have a feeling that Michigan's right now on a mission to a point where they're just going to steamroll everybody right now. So I got Michigan minus 19, minus 110.
Kind of like they did to Penn State by not throwing the ball in the second half.
Yeah.
Trent, you want to fight? You want to bring it up or like what the heck, man? Let it go. It's over. We're done.
I'm gonna take. I'm not taking Miami money line.
I forked them. I forked Penn State. Let it go, man.
Fork awards.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a new thing. We got the fork awards.
Oh man.
Get forked up. All right. I got Miami plus 1.5, minus 120 versus Louisville. I think Miami surprises Louisville because I don't think Louisville's expecting anything. Louisville had a pretty bad game a couple weeks ago. First loss, I think it might have been. Second loss, I don't remember.
No, it was. They have one loss. Yes, it is to a bad team, but you're gonna see that they're gonna put one on Miami. Everybody, here's the thing: everybody's on Miami because they always play tough in Tallahassee at Florida State. They always play tough. That's a rivalry game.
What you got to understand?
That's why I was on them at plus 14.5 last week.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you right now, don't fall for the recency bias. Watch out. Louisville.
That's his favorite term.
Louisville is in contention for the ACC championship game, which I think they might have already clinched it. But I'm just telling you right now, they have a lot more to play for than Miami.
Can I tell you what got me is the fact that I took Miami plus 1.5 because on the one book I saw Miami minus 1. So if I can get them at plus money, that tells me that books are like, it really could go either way, and I'm going Miami way. So,
all right.
I'm with you, Tyler.
I got Jacksonville State minus 8.5.
Put it on my tab. Put it on my tab. I'm ready to offer a beverage for that one.
Oh, yeah?
For money?
Yeah, I'll take Louisville money. Louisville plus 1.
No, let's take the money line.
No, hold on a second. You just said Louisville plus 1. I have Miami plus 1.5.
Oh, I have Louisville plus 1 on my book.
Right, that's what I'm saying because we had different books.
All right, let's go money line. Let's go money line straight up.
All right, deal.
All right.
2-for-1 deal, Trent.
Yep.
Obviously, Trey.
Listen, my next pick is Jacksonville State minus 8.5. I'm riding on the Rich Rod coattails. So
yeah, I like
and
that pick.
Last one I took here, and Trent, I know I told you I'm staying away from it, but I'm going down with the ship. I'm taking Washington plus 2.5.
Hell yeah.
So, going down with the ship. I think they win probably by more than a touchdown. At least by 10, I think. So, you guys don't have teasers, right?
Not in college.
All right, I got a quick B teaser, a plus 260. It's a 4-legger. This is a 6-point tease.
Ooh.
I took JMU at a -2 against Appalachian State. I got West Virginia down to -0.5 point versus Cincinnati. I took Texas Tech down to plus 3.5 against UCF. And I got North Carolina to plus 13 against Clemson. And it comes out to plus 260.
All right.
So.
I like that.
I like it.
All right. Well,
I would like to announce something, guys.
Let's hear it.
Well, starting today, November 16th, and carrying on for 11 total days to November 26th. Boys, brace yourselves. We are in Feast Week.
ooh.
If you are unfamiliar with Feast Week, well, there's a couple things I want to tell you to do to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. But
Not sure where that was
Feast
going.
Week, there was some I could have said, but I wouldn't say it. But I love our listeners. Feast Week, 11 days of college basketball, 75 plus games, over 150 plus hours of college basketball all day, every day. So if you are a fan, sit back and enjoy. And I am excited because it is starting to heat up, right? Champions Classic week went well for me and my team, but now we start seeing these, give me those preseason tournaments. Give me the Maui. Give me it all. I love them. So.
Oh, man, I'm going to be feasting.
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
I mean, it's almost like conference tourney feeling. Like, not quite that great,
No, but
it's like conference tourney time.
Yeah.
Trent, I had one of those really happy moments today when I was betting on those college games this morning, and I just I just cannot believe it's back, and I love it, especially with the mid afternoon, mid morning games starting throughout the whole day today.
That's key.
Oh
that
my
is
gosh!
Key.
It's there's no better feeling than watching some actual basketball.
Yeah.
Because college basketball in general, I think, is actually true basketball in the way it's supposed to be played. But not only that, but we like watching the smaller conference teams and stuff, and they play even truer basketball. Yeah. Granted, the skill level might not be there, but either way, it's just I love it. It's
the skill level's there, man.
Better.
It's there.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking we watch some pretty big South games. We watch the Atlantic Sun or whatever the other conference is.
Sun Belt, yeah. Oh,
Sun
for sure.
Belt, yeah.
For sure. You know what, Trey, good segue here. So that is kind of our niche or niche, depending how you say it. I hate that. But so I want to ask you guys right now, I know it's super early, so we're not trying to get a little overzealous on who we're constantly going to follow, but we definitely have some teams from past years that we've kind of latched onto. Do you guys mind sharing one team right now that you are saying, hey, put them on your radar, be aware of them and their matchups and lines?
Well, real quick, though, I have gotten a little overzealous because I already looked into when we're getting together on a Friday for March Madness, which is March 22nd. So put it on your calendars, boys.
Sounds great.
Oh, it's already marked.
Yeah. So, team wise, as you mentioned, Trent, it's a lot easier, not easier, but I find it more fun sometimes to find some of these smaller teams to really I don't know if they're not easier to cap, but I feel like there's less things to be able to happen. You know what I mean? Less X factors with, prime time and on ESPN and, this is the main game of the week and this, that, Yeah. So, looking at the smaller teams, I know we kind of started up kind of a T-shirt collection.
They're more predictable, Tyler.
Yeah,
but what you see is what you get, right?
Yeah. So, the team right now, Trent, to answer your question, that I would say that I'm following right now the most, I have about 12 on my list. There's some that I'm starting to eliminate. But the one I would say that I'm consistently right now successful with is Oakland. So I'm going to put Oakland on my list of teams to watch right now. I've got them on. I've actually got them a couple times this year already with bets and stuff. I took them the other night with a money line. I think I already had them with when they were dogs, and they covered. They actually almost won. So right now I'm riding on Oakland. And I would say the other team right now would probably be Tarleton State. So those are the two kind of keep an eye on that I'm really following. So
I like it.
Trey?
I was going to say, Trent, do you want to go or do you want me to go here?
You can go next. I'll close this up.
All right. Yeah, so I think you mentioned earlier, you don't want to get overzealous at this point in the season. Like, you're 3 to 4 games in on some teams, and some teams aren't playing the best competition. Some teams are playing competition that are much better than what they thought they would be. You know what I mean? Like, some big schools are playing some lower name schools that are going to be tournament teams, right? And you got to take everything with a grain of salt. But for me, I mentioned earlier, the Big South Conference, a team that is 4-0 right now. They're 4-0 against the spread. I think they're going to start to be over-handicapped, which I'm going to keep an eye on, which is hard to kind of notice and recognize. But that is the Presbyterian College. Big fan of unique mascots. These are the Blue Hose.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Presbyterian Blue Hose.
Little Smurfs.
Yeah. Another team I'm looking at that I've been kind of keeping a close eye on is not necessarily the smallest of schools either, but I think they're going to be a pretty solid team when it comes to covering and just kind of flying under the radar. And that's an Atlantic 10 conference team, George Mason, the Patriots. I think they're a lot better than what teams are making them out to be so far this year. Haven't had the best of years in the last. I know they made that run how many years ago in the NCAA tournament. And, don't be surprised if that happens again here. So, George Mason Patriots, but the Presbyterian Blue Hose is also the schools I'm looking at.
What was the team last year that we figured out with the mascots?
Man.
Yeah, they had an upset in the first round.
It was like a gale.
No, it was a knight.
It was something. Yeah.
I'll find it. Right. We'll let's get the stat guys on it, and then we'll.
Right. Yeah, I'll share mine real quick.
Okay.
UMass Lowell is the team that I'm telling people to keep an eye on. Kind of was on a little stretch with them last year early on too, but
I knew one of you guys were.
What's that?
I said I remember one of you guys were.
Yeah, but they this year they're now 3-1. They did just lose a really heartbreaker tonight. But I'm going to explain why they're still on my radar. They've covered every single game. They've knocked off an ACC team in Georgia Tech, 74-71. Tonight they were playing Arizona State. They were up 9 at half. They ended up losing by 2 in the end, but were also almost about 7.5 point underdogs. So they covered there. And then they pounded Dartmouth early on by almost 40-some points.
Okay.
So that's a team that I'm looking at for college basketball in terms of small conferences. I'm taking it very slow in the college basketball scene. I'm not quite all aboard yet. Don't get me wrong, I'm watching all the games, but I'm still kind of just letting some games occur to pick up more on trends, so I feel more confident. But
just want to let you guys know, Stack Guy just whispered in my ear. We were talking about the Furman Paladins last
Paladins.
year. Yeah, which it's not a bird.
No.
It's not a bird. It is a knight.
It's a knight. Yep.
On Charlemagne's court.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did it tickle when the Stack Guy whispered in your ear?
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
okay.
A little bit.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So.
You guys are close.
Yeah,
it's good.
Helps.
Good. Palindromes. Palindromes. Yep.
No, not palindromes. Remember, we got into this discussion last year. It's paladins.
Paladin.
Not palindromes like race car.
Yes. Or radar.
Or kayak.
Weird
Any others?
Like a go-to palindrome, like just on deck, ready to go.
Well, I'm also laughing because like I use the word overzealous, and I'm pretty sure we set a record on Spotify and Apple for using the word overzealous in about a 5-minute span.
And that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did with a Blizzmole last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We should get a Blizzmole T-shirts though.
Yeah.
I'll put on my tab. I'll make them up.
Yes.
All right.
But hey, guys, we got feast week. We got NFL football. Hey, don't forget. I know we're going to record again before this, but even next week we got a Black Friday game. First time ever.
Yeah, we do. Heck yeah, we do.
So Black Friday football game,
Yep.
but lots of sports to go around for all of us. I am so thankful.
Yeah.
So thankful.
So real quick, just to kind of prep our listeners and stuff, what we're looking at right now is we're going to be recording on Wednesday night next week. We will release our episode Thursday morning so that everybody can enjoy it while you're heading to your feast day on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, wherever your car ride is, just
Yep.
pop us on
Yeah.
and take it all in.
Yep.
And be grateful.
Yep.
Or thankful, whatever it is.
Thankful. Yep.
It is Thanksgiving, Trey.
So yeah, we'll
Thankful.
record. We'll release that on Thursday. But yeah, enjoy. So Trent, Trey, appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
All right.
Take it easy,
All right.
guys.
See you guys next week.
Let's get it.